Welcome back. Our next guest will have you feeling inspired today. He is a DC native who is known for his Braille-like artwork, and now plenty of high-profile names like music legend Stevie Wonder have become fans and collectors of his work.
Reggie Gillumo, welcome to Great Day, Washington. Good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
I mean,
today.
gorgeous pieces.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
I want to start with that they are very 3D Braille-like.
Yeah.
Why is that so important to incorporate in your art?
Well, my grandfather was diagnosed with glaucoma, so that was my main reason for wanting to experience a textured feel for them to experience.
So they could, so anybody with sight
feel
impairment can feel
Absolutely.
it. And,
You can kind of guess the objects that are located throughout the picture.
It doesn't look like paint. So you glue objects on and paint over?
Yeah, I melt them in, glue them in, use different type of paints that raise up.
It's really cool. I hope
Thank you.
in person, it's
I know.
really, really neat. I hope it's translating
Absolutely.
on screen.
All right, you're a DC native, right? You grew up in the Trinidad, Brooklyn area of
Yes.
DC. How did you get into art? What was it about art?
Art, you know, I found it to be something that growing up I wasn't into art, and then once I got started with it, I kind of stuck with it and never looked back. It's a peaceful thing, and it's a way to express yourself.
Did I see that like you put a piece of your artwork up in your living room and your friend saw it and was like, who did that?
Yes, that's how I believe it all started. The first piece was done, and I denied doing it for so long, and then I finally said, you know what, I did do the art, and from that point on, it was something that I just always continue to do.
Yeah, it's neat. So here you have a couple of people, right? Do you do mostly people, or we have a collection?
We just saw the shoes.
Of your
Silhouettes
shoes?
and just ordinary objects that I kind of bring to life with the insides of them.
We kind of skipped over the big thing.
Yes,
Stevie Wonder,
Wonder
collects your art. Cat Williams
Yes.
collects your art. How cool is that? Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, very inspiring, very inspiring.
How do you know how he came
how did
to
he
find you?
A family member of him had introduced him to my work, and you know, it was just from that point on he became a collector.
cool.
I can see
Absolutely.
why.
That's so cool.
Yes.
For anyone, I mean, you're from here, DC native, anyone who is an aspiring artist, maybe they are taking some inspiration from this today, what would you say to them of how they can get started?
I say art is, there's no wrong to art. Continue to do the things that you want to do in art, and sort of just go with your path. You know, there's no wrong in art. Every day, you know, improve what you do, and those who are fans of your style will gravitate to it, and just keep on going with it, whatever you think is art.
I love it. There's no wrong in art.
There's no wrong in
That's
art.
a great thing. I mean, we all have, I think, some artistic ability within us, whether we're even just doodling. I think so.
I think so. Everyone
You're a
has it.
singer. You have that
Yes,
artistic
yes,
ability.
So you don't just mean a painter, because I don't think
I
you
can't
buy
draw
my
stick
painting.
figures.
Oh,
No,
okay.
But we all have that creativity somehow, and it's a great outlet for you, I'm sure, getting
Yes,
your
it is.
emotions out. What inspires you? Are you just kind of walking around and get inspired?
You know, I think that's probably how it goes. I can just be someplace and see a silhouette that people overlook, and I may go home that day and just sketch that silhouette,
really
but I
cool.
put the art inside of it. That's my main thing. It shows what you can do with found objects and just ordinary silhouettes.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Can you tell us, you're working on a huge project, right?
Yes,
What
I'm
is
working
that? Are you
on
allowed
a
to tell us?
project I've been
Okay.
working on since right before the pandemic of sneakers. And so the sneakers is like
Some of
sort
what
of
we're
my
seeing
baby.
here?
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
this
okay,
is
okay.
and they're all made of found objects that I find throughout the city, and junkyards and different scrap bins at places. So, you know, it's kind of interesting to look deeply into the shoes, because you never know what you're going to find when you look
Finding
into the
junk
shoes.
and making it into beautiful
Yes,
art.
yes,
Wow.
yes.
Reggie, thank you for
Recycling.
being here.
Thank you. I
Recycling,
do
yes.
feel inspired.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
good for
Very
the environment
inspired.
as well. I'm sure you are. If you're interested in checking out some of Reggie's artwork, you can always go to his Instagram at Art Gillumo. Let's spell that out. Gillumo is where you can check it out.
That's it.
Thank you for being here.
All right, thank you for
Congratulations.
having me,
Yeah,
guys.
absolutely.
All right.